Here we are live on April Fool's Day, unless you're not watching us live and it's after the fact. Definitely, as Chai Star is saying, let's go. And this is the most short notice, most likely the most short notice live stream that we have gone on possibly ever. So it's April now, it's April 1, and there's a lot of good stuff going on. So I wanted to come around and try to set up and line up the future business that we have going on around here. So let's start with something that's no foolish business at all. Today happens to be Assyrian New Year, and that's not a joke. So those of us that give a memory towards or a recognition of the Assyrian calendar, a happy Assyrian New Year. Now, I want to say we are just coming out of, I still got my cough. I tell you what, we're still coming out of the month of March. And as we are entering April, according to the universal calendar, we have coming toward the end of April will be C2E2. I am so looking forward to hanging out with Chai Star G and everybody else coming around at C2E2. But hang on a minute. I'm getting another comments from Junkyard here. Junkyard is saying, it's a plumbing situation. It's a consult, and Junkyard had word that there was a smoking situation, and he wanted me. Let me see the picture that Junkyard sending me to go take a look at what. Oh, it's a smoking situation in the toilet. Well, that's for sure an April Fool's bit via the House of Junkyard. So that's a beautiful thing. C2E2. Well, hey, I tell you what, Chester. It can be you and me. It can be the only ones watching this show right here, right now. It can be only you and me. But let me tell you, on the Sven side of things, and there's good old Sven right behind me in a picture format. We're definitely looking at the Svengooligans, the Sven gang, the Chicagoons, the fans of Sven coming around to meet up on Friday and Saturday. And we're definitely, you and me, going to get some time around Artist Alley and the rest of the show. So that is all very exciting. Now, I wanted to go over the calendar in, I guess I'll try to go in a little bit of chronological order. I'm excited and well pleased that this coming Saturday, we're going to have some new guests on this very channel. I'm going to be welcoming for the first time ever the creative force behind the Monsters That Made Us podcast. I'm talking none other than Invisible Dan and Monster Mike. Look at that beautiful logo that they have, the Monsters That Made Us. It's a good thing to be listening to. So I'm telling you, I've been listening to this podcast now. I haven't gone through all of their 39-ish episodes, but I tell you, it is a very impressive feat what Dan and Mike have put together. As we know, for this channel, I'm primarily a one-trick pony. I see something on a screen. For example, I see Terror Dave. I reach out to Terror Dave. I say, hey, can we do some Sven shows? And so similarly, I see the Monsters That Made Us on the screen. I reach out to Dan and Mike. I say, hey, would you guys be willing to come over here and talk about monster-related business? So I'm very much looking forward to this coming Saturday. We'll have the creative forces behind the Monsters That Made Us coming around. I just wanted to also show they're available. Here's their most recent stuff. They've been going at it for a couple of years now. So just 3 days ago from the time we're shooting here, they went to the Mummy series, the most recent, well, not the most recent, but as you can see, the 2008 Mummy series. Just before that, they took a breakdown of the 2004 Van Helsing movie. And as you can see, there, I was just in the middle of listening to their Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. So it's all good stuff. Let me come back over to comments, and I started saying, you know, this is a great reason for people to tune in and see if we actually do see Invisible Dan, or will he not be visible to us. Now, interestingly enough, G, let me tell you, on their network of their podcasts, there is an image of Monster Mike available, but maybe by design, there is not an image of Invisible Dan. So we will have to see if Invisible Dan can really be seen, as can Monster Mike. So now let's go again back to the Sven calendar, the upcoming Svengoolie movies. And we're back at the smoking toilet. Okay, all right, here we go. So coming up This Saturday, April 6th, the Time Travelers, followed by that Island of Terror. And I got to get, I should have pulled Chai Star's comment back out of the way, but let me tell you, April 20th, the Wolfman. I'm talking Lon Chaney Jr., this guy right here, Lon Chaney Jr., coming on the Svengoolie show with the Wolfman. I know that's my childhood favorite guy. That's a long-time revered classic Universal Monster production. So I'm super looking forward to that coming around. And following that weekend, we're going to get to C2E2. But now let me jump back and forth just a little bit here, jumping back and forth a little bit. Now, as we know, Svengoolie has very often been in the Rondo Awards. So as we can see, nominated once again in category 21 for favorite horror host with many others. So right there, rondoaward.com. We're going to jump into the Rondo page in a little second. I wanted to just go through all the different awards because once you get on Rondo, you're scrolling and scrolling. So the categories for the Rondo Awards include Best Film, and this is all for the calendar year of 2023. So film, TV, Blu-ray, Blu-ray collection, restoration or upgrade, DVD extra, commentator, independent streaming film, best short, book of the year, classic monster fiction, best magazine, best article, interview, column, cover, website, podcast, all of it. And now this I got from our pal Chris Hamby over at Silver Screens. Chris Hamby says, go in category 27 on the Rondo Awards nominations. And we're about to go flip the screen and take a look at Rondo. And former guest on this channel, Jamie Lee. There she is, Jamie Lee. So for her production that she did, which is called Brides, where she plays the character Igora. I hope I'm pronouncing it relatively closely to correct. So I'm encouraging people, if you're a fan of Jamie Lee or if you're willing to check out that material, I will put the link in the comments. But it would be great for people to do a write-in vote for Jamie Lee under that category. So speaking of all that now, let me go ahead and click on the old share the screen business over here, and let's jump into share screen, and then we got to pick up right here on the Rondo, and there it is. Let me scroll up and down a little bit. So under the write-in categories, right there for number 27 for special recognition, that is the spot where somebody could write in the name of Jamie Lee because her work or energy for her late in 2023 release. We had Jamie Lee on as a guest in December. And again, I'll put the link in the comments to check out Jamie Lee's material. So if you haven't voted for the Rondo Awards before, or if you have, as you can see why I condensed it on the other screen, the ballot is kind of huge, but let's take a look at some of the visual. So they're looking at the different publications, the different art depictions. It's all really great stuff for the horror community. And as you can see, it scrolls on and on and on. There's a lot of stuff in there. So I'm going a little bit fast now just to come back up to the top. The Rondo Hatton Classic Horror Awards. For those of us that know, for those of us that don't know, Rondo Hatton was the actor. He had certain medical conditions that gave him a certain physical appearance. And so now the awards are named after him, and the history of the awards is right there also. So I'm going to come out of there for stop sharing. Let me come back into the main screen so I can see what's what. Let me get in the comments here and get oh, this cough is still lingering with me. I tell you what, I will take it, pal. Well, but technically we have to wait because we're doing this during 2024. So we want to write me in for Rogue Live Stream of 2024. Oh no. Sometimes you just get out there. Sometimes good things happen. Mandarin, welcome back to the show. Mandarin, always good to have you around. We know you're an elusive man of mystery, Mandarin. But again, as we did you bring me a cough drop, Mando? That would be the best thing ever. Okay. So Mandarin, again, if you're Yeah, it's always a good show when the Mandarin comes around, not because of what I'm doing, but because of the presence of the Mandarin. It's a beautiful thing on an April Fool's night here. So, Mandarin, you hinted. I'm in the non-summertime studio, man. I'm in the dive-in spot. I should have put the spotlight in the helmet. Let's see, I'm hanging out in the helmet. I'm diving around in the material, Mandarin. We're all good. Look at this. Look at this. Try come on by, Mandarin. But the thing is, as you like to be a little bit elusive in your mysterious ways, Mandarin, if you do come by C2E2, come the end of the month, come the end of April, Chai Star and me will be up and down the aisles of Artist Alley. So I'll be in the Sven panel in the audience trying to ask good questions. We'll be in the, oh, now we're going over. Now, oh my gosh. Anyway, Mandarin, the other thing I'm doing, Mandarin, if you haven't checked out yet, the Monsters That Made Us podcast. These guys are professional. They are detailed. They are entertaining. They are fun. And hence, I pulled my one trick pony trick and reached out to Invisible Dan and Monster Mike to ask them to come on the show over here. So good times ahead. Now, before I knew the mysterious Mandarin was going to show up, I got to the Rondo screen. Let me do a little bit of here. So I won't be able to see comments for a second, but feel free to keep dropping them in. Oh, let me get this one right here. Got a Mandarin. Okay. Now pull the comment, go back to over here, get the share screen going and share and come over here to the Reddit Svengoolie because since it is April Fool's Day, want to jump around here. Well, let's start right here. So just recently, of course, just yesterday it was Easter. So there's Warner putting his mashup of Sven and the Easter Bunny. There's Nanette Art doing her mashup of Sven and a Powerpuff. And look at that animated jelly bean art. That's a magnificent thing. And that's always putting together. So there's some Sven. Okay, now here, let's not forget Michaela getting ready for the 45th anniversary of Sven. There we are. Everybody's in top form. Now here we go, Warner. Looking at everybody. This is how I knew it was April Fool's Day early this morning, because here Warner has been posted from the Daily Herald. Congrats to the Imp. MTV reveals Svengoolie's successor. And if we were to look in the comments there, a lot of people were aware from the jump that Warner was participating in April Fool's Day foolishness. Other people had to let it sink in for a minute. And then here's one of Warner's other classic bits, which if memory serves correct, we did feature this on our previous show, conversating, speaking with Warner. So the Super Chicken Show starting at 8 p.m. So just in a short few minutes, tune in and see what good that'll do you for the Super Chicken Show featuring Kerwin. All right, so now let me come back out of stop sharing and see what else is what over here. Get back in the main screen, and you know, Mandarin is crazy in the best ways. So you know what, man? I now see if I say yes, then is that spoilers? But I tell you what, I know Chai Star is always encouraging, and I do. I'll tell you the truth. I'm thinking in my head of a kind of a modification, a variation, a different kind of a Sven outfit. So if I do, it won't be traditional red dress shirt and black jacket, but we do like to also blend in some tiki elements around here. So I'll just say there might be some kind of mashup of a summertime Sven kind of a thing. But now again, Mandarin, you again, as always, have the advantage, you being the man of mystery. How will we know you? How will Chai Star and I know? Now we're starting down a path. We're starting down a path. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be too much longer here with a coffin, but did good. See the mustachery that that the possibilities are endless. We could end up with an entire wide cast field of Sven cosplaying things. All right, so hey, extra good surprise to have the Mandarin around. If Mandarin or Chai Star want to drop any more comments, but I was only thinking of coming around here for. Oh, yeah, all right. Look for the stranger that's coming at me. All right. No, no. Oh my God. Oh my. On that note, and for the greater good, not just for my coughing, but for all the greater good. The next live stream, gee, let me answer that question as part of the wrap up. The next live stream will be this Saturday. We're going at an atypical time to work with our. We're going at an atypical time to make good for Invisible Dan and Monster Mike. I encourage people to check out the podcast, The Monsters That Made Us. Again, it's a top quality production. We're looking forward to a bunch of the movies coming around on the Saturday nights on MeTV coming around until that time. And if people were interested in voting for the Rondo Awards, there's there's all the info. And again, based on the idea that Chris Hamby had, I'll put in the link. Again, putting under that special recognition category for Jamie Lee for her musical production. I would kind of want to stick around and go for more levity and more comedy. Like and sub, thanks much. I am again for the greater good. Gonna wrap this up here, but before we go, just oh boy. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will hopefully be in a less coughing condition coming up this Saturday when we have the Monsters That Made Us. This live stream is about to be over. It's Mandarin. Come back to us Saturday. Come back to us Saturday when we have our top guests coming around. And it'll be good. Okay, I'm going to pull the plug right here. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll be back Saturday, and we'll be back with some more good stuff coming ahead. Thank you.